in Al-Islam. In Al-Islam, every issue is a great issue. Granted, there are some issues that are greater than other issues, but every issue is a great issue, is an extremely important issue. Now, and you will find this was the way of the Salaf. They didn't look at any issue as being insignificant, but every issue was a tremendous issue. Granted, there are some issues that are more tremendous than others, but every issue is a tremendous issue. Now, so we want to speak about the issue of al-isbal, the issue of dragging one's garments below his ankles. And this is particular to the men. This is directed towards the men. Now, and as we mentioned earlier, when we're fasting, we want to leave off these sinful things. We want to leave off sins. Now, so it is important, ya ibad, that the men of this ummah, we know, we realize that putting our pants or our thawb or our izar or anything below the ankles, then this is something which is haram, and this is a sin. And the individual that does such a thing has been threatened with a great threat. So we need to take heed of this. And this is if we truly want to be successful. As Imam Sa'di, he says in some beautiful lines of poetry, سَعِدَ الَّذِينَ تَجَنَّبُوا سُبُلَ الرَّدَى وَتَيَمَّمُوا لِمَنَازِلِ الرِّضْوَانِ. He said that they are happy, those who leave off the subul rada, to leave off these lowly paths, these lowly ways, and they immerse themselves in those levels of or those things in which Allah Ta'ala is pleased with. Now, so there are going to be certain things that we're going to have to leave off if we want to attain happiness. And from those things, ya ibad, for the men, is that they must leave off dragging their garments below their ankles. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said in a hadith that's been collected by Al-Bukhari and Muslim, and it's from the hadith of Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من جر ثوبه خيلا لم ينظر الله إليه يوم القيامة. The Prophet alayhi salam, he said that whoever drags his garments out of pride, out of haughtiness, out of conceit, meaning they're dragged below his ankles, na'am, out of conceit, out of pride, and the like, then Allah Ta'ala will not look at that individual yawmul qiyamah. Then Allah won't look at that individual yawmul qiyamah. So for such a thing to happen, that Allah Ta'ala will not look at you, who in their right mind will have the audacity to say, oh, that's just a small issue. It's just a small issue. A small issue that Allah Ta'ala won't look at you yawmul qiyamah. Wallahi, this is not a small issue. This is a big issue. Naam. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في حديث